The church bells tolled ominously as Jordan stood at the altar, her white gown a stark contrast to the storm brewing inside her. In a split-second decision that shocked everyone, she turned away from her fiancé, Mark, and locked eyes with her best friend, Holly, seated in the third row. "I can't do this," Jordan whispered, her voice echoing through the stunned silence, before bolting down the aisle toward Holly, leaving Mark humiliated and the congregation in chaos. Holly's heart pounded as Jordan grabbed her hand and pulled her out of the pew. They ran through the side door into the blinding Chicago sunlight, the gasps and shouts fading behind them. Holly had never expected this. Her secret love for Jordan, buried for years, suddenly thrust into the open. But as they sped away in Holly's car, Jordan's phone exploded with calls from her family, the first wave of a backlash that would test everything they held dear. Jordan collapsed against the passenger seat, her veil tangled in her hair. "I couldn't marry him, Holly. Not when I've been in love with you all this time." The confession hung in the air, heavy with relief and terror. Holly gripped the steering wheel, her mind racing. They'd been inseparable since college, late-night study sessions turning into deep conversations, shared laughs over cheap wine, and those lingering glances Holly had always dismissed as wishful thinking. But Jordan came from a conservative Midwestern family, pillars of their small-town community turned Chicago suburbanites, where tradition ruled and deviation was sin. As they drove toward Holly's apartment in Lincoln Park, Jordan explained the buildup. Mark was the perfect match, stable job in finance, family approved, a shield against the questions about why she wasn't settled yet at 28. "My parents kept pushing," Jordan said, tears streaming. "Dad's a pastor, Mom's on every church committee. They think being gay is a choice, a phase. But pretending with Mark, it was killing me." Holly nodded, her own background a stark contrast. Raised by progressive parents in the city, she'd come out at 19, embracing her identity as a lesbian with relative ease. At 30, she was a successful graphic designer, living openly, but loving Jordan from afar had been her private torment. They arrived at the apartment, slamming the door against the world. Jordan peeled off her gown, revealing the simple jeans and tee she'd hidden underneath, a premeditated escape. "What now?" Holly asked, pulling her into a hug. The embrace lingered, charged with years of unspoken desire. But Jordan's phone buzzed incessantly. Texts from her mother. "What have you done? Come home now." From her father. "This is an abomination. Mark is devastated." Siblings chimed in with confusion and anger. Jordan silenced it, but the weight settled in. That night they talked until dawn. Jordan recounted the internal war. The guilt of leading Mark on, the fear of losing her family, the societal whispers in their circle where being out meant sidelined invitations and judgmental stares. Holly shared her own struggles. Past relationships ended by partners not ready to face the world. The subtle discrimination at work despite Chicago's liberal facade. "We'll figure it out," Holly promised, but doubt crept in. Was this love worth the fallout? The next morning brought the first confrontation. Jordan's parents, Evelyn and Robert, showed up unannounced, pounding on the door. "Open up, Jordan. We need to talk." Holly hesitated, but Jordan nodded. Evelyn burst in, face flushed with rage. "How could you humiliate us like that? In front of the whole church." Robert stood stoic, Bible in hand. "This isn't you, sweetheart. It's confusion. We can get help, therapy, prayer." Jordan stood firm. "Dad, I'm gay. I've always been. Holly is who I love." The words sliced the air. Evelyn gasped, clutching her chest. "No. You've been brainwashed. Holly, how dare you corrupt my daughter?" Holly felt the sting but held her tongue. The argument escalated. Accusations of selfishness, pleas for Jordan to return and apologize to Mark. "Think of your future," Robert urged. "Our community. You'll be ostracized." Jordan wavered, the pressure mounting. She loved her family deeply. They were her anchor, but choosing them meant denying herself. As they left, Evelyn's parting shot. "If you continue this, you're no longer welcome home." The door closed, leaving silence and shattered illusions. In the days that followed, the ripple effects spread. Friends divided, some supportive texts, others ghosting. Jordan's job as a teacher at a private school came under scrutiny. Whispers from parents reached the principal. Holly's freelance clients hesitated on new projects. citing personal distractions. The couple's first real date, a quiet dinner, ended in paranoia, scanning for familiar faces. Yet amidst the turmoil their bond deepened. Stolen kisses in the apartment, plans for a future together. But Jordan's sleep grew restless, haunted by dreams of abandonment. One evening Jordan's younger sister Mia called. At 22 she was the wild card, rebellious but loyal. "I get it, Jor. But Mom's a mess, crying nonstop. Dad's talking about cutting you off." Jordan's resolve cracked. What if they're right? What if this destroys everything? Holly overheard, a knot forming in her stomach. The decision to come out had been Jordan's, but the cost was shared. As they lay in bed, Jordan whispered, "I chose you, but it hurts so much." Holly held her, wondering if love could withstand the siege. The tension built as Jordan faced her first professional repercussion. A meeting with the school board. "We've received concerns about your lifestyle choices. It might affect the students." Subtle, but the threat was clear: conform or leave. Jordan returned home defeated. "They want me to deny it, act like nothing happened." Holly urged her to fight, but Jordan's eyes filled with doubt. "Fighting means losing my career, my purpose." The internal conflict raged: loyalty to self versus the life she'd built. The backlash intensified overnight. Jordan woke to a flood of notifications. Family group chats exploding. Old friends unfollowing her on social media. Mark's posts had snowballed, painting her as a heartless manipulator who used him as a cover. "She pretended for years," one read. Comments piled on. "Disgusting. Pray for her soul." Holly scrolled through them, anger boiling. "We need to respond," she said. But Jordan shook her head. "That'll make it worse. Let it die down." They tried normalcy, grocery shopping, a walk in the park, but eyes followed them. A neighbor whispered to another. A barista hesitated before serving. Chicago's diversity masked pockets of intolerance, especially in Jordan's suburban roots. Her parents called a family intervention. Reluctantly, Jordan agreed to meet at a neutral coffee shop, Holly by her side. Evelyn and Robert arrived with Mia and Jordan's brother, Tom, 32 and married with kids. The air thickened with unspoken accusations. "We're here because we love you," Robert began. "But this path, it's not God's plan." He quoted scripture, verses on marriage and sin. Jordan countered softly, "Dad, love isn't a sin." Tom jumped in. "Think about my kids. How do I explain Aunt Jordan living in whatever this is?" Mia stayed quiet, her eyes darting between them. Holly spoke up. "We're not hurting anyone. Why can't you accept us?" Evelyn's face hardened. "Because it's wrong. You've influenced her, Holly. She was fine before you." The lie stung. Jordan had confided in Holly about crushes on girls since high school. But Evelyn clung to denial. The meeting ended in stalemate. Robert issued an ultimatum. "Come back to church, seek counseling, or we're done." Jordan left in tears, the fracture deepening. Back home, the emotional toll mounted. Jordan withdrew, staring at old family photos. "They raised me, Holly. Holidays, vacations, it's all tied to them." Holly understood. Her own family was supportive, but she'd seen friends disowned. "You have me now," she said. Their intimacy grew but shadowed by grief. Jordan's decisions weighed heavy. Skip family events or face rejection. Work became a battleground. The principal called Jordan in again. "Parents are pulling kids from your class. We value diversity, but..." The implication. Her job hung by a thread. Jordan considered quitting, but teaching was her passion. "What if I lie low?" she asked Holly. "Pretend we're just roommates?" Holly's heart sank. "That's going back in the closet. Is that what you want?" The argument flared, the first crack in their unity. Jordan stormed out, needing space. She wandered to a bar, where she ran into an old college friend, Sarah, who was out and proud. "Girl, you did the brave thing," Sarah said over drinks. "But family's tough. Mine cut me off for a year." Jordan opened up about the pain, the doubt. Sarah listened, then shared her story of reconciliation through persistence. "Show them your happiness. It might change minds." Inspired, Jordan returned home, apologizing to Holly. "I won't hide us." But the next blow came from within. Mia texted, "I support you, but Mom found your old journals." She's furious. The journals detailed Jordan's early realizations, crushes on girls, including one on a family friend. Evelyn confronted Jordan via video call. "You hid this from us? How long have you been lying?" Jordan defended herself. "I was scared. You made it clear what you think." The call ended with Evelyn hanging up, leaving Jordan shattered. Holly suggested therapy, a neutral space to process. They found a counselor specializing in LGBTQ+ issues. Sessions unearthed buried traumas, Jordan's fear of hell from childhood sermons, Holly's guilt over stealing her from Mark. "Love requires sacrifice," the therapist said. But whose? Jordan pondered that, realizing her family's love was conditional. Socially, isolation set in. Invites dried up. A bridal shower for a cousin excluded them. Jordan's mental health dipped. Sleepless nights, loss of appetite. Holly pushed for action. "Let's build our own circle." They joined a local lesbian support group, meeting women with similar stories. One, Lisa, shared a tale of family estrangement turning to acceptance after years. It gave hope but also highlighted the long road. Then a turning point. Mark sued for emotional distress, claiming fraud. Though legally shaky, it dragged their names through mud. Jordan's school placed her on leave. "This is retaliation," Holly fumed, hiring a lawyer friend. The legal battle loomed, costing time and money. Jordan questioned everything. Was leaving him worth this nightmare? As pressures mounted, Jordan faced a moral dilemma. Tom offered a olive branch. "Come to my son's birthday alone. Show you're still family." Holly urged against it. "It's a trap denying us." Jordan agonized. Attend and betray Holly, or skip and sever ties. She chose neither, inviting Holly along unannounced. At the party, stares and whispers greeted them. Tom pulled her aside. "Why bring her? You're rubbing it in." Jordan stood tall. "She's my partner. Accept both or neither." The fallout was swift. Ejected from the event, disinvited from future gatherings. But in that moment, Jordan felt empowered. Back home, she and Holly celebrated the small victory with wine. "I chose us," Jordan said. Yet the war was far from over. Rumors reached extended family. An aunt called, berating her for destroying the family name. The lawsuit escalated, pulling Jordan and Holly into a vortex of depositions and legal fees. Mark's lawyer painted Jordan as a deceiver, using emails and texts as evidence of her double life. Jordan's attorney countered with proof of mutual doubts in the relationship, but the damage was done. Headlines in local papers. Runaway bride sued for heartbreak. Public scrutiny amplified. Strangers commented online, debating her morality. Jordan's school board made it official, termination. "Incompatible with our values," the letter read. Devastated, she applied for new jobs, but interviews stalled at background checks. "It's like I'm blacklisted," she told Holly. Financial strain hit, savings dwindled, Holly picking up extra gigs. Their apartment, once a sanctuary, felt like a bunker. Family silence stretched into weeks. Jordan reached out to Mia, the only bridge left. "How's everyone?" Mia hesitated. "Mom's seeing a therapist, blaming herself. Dad's withdrawn." A glimmer. "I miss you. Maybe I can visit." The secret meeting at a park bench brought tears. Mia hugged Jordan. "I don't care who you love, but they're hurting," Jordan pleaded. "Help them understand." Mia promised to try but warned, "It's not easy." Inspired, Jordan wrote letters to her parents, pouring out her heart, explaining her journey. No response. The rejection gnawed, fueling self-doubt. "What if I made a mistake?" she confided in therapy. The counselor probed. "Is your happiness tied to their approval?" Jordan realized the trap, years of conditioning to please. Holly supported her, but tension simmered. "They're your family, but I'm your future," Holly said one night, after Jordan canceled a date to draft another letter. Socially, they leaned on the support group. Lisa invited them to a pride event, their first public outing as a couple. Amid rainbows and cheers, they held hands freely. But a familiar face appeared. Tom's wife spying? Paranoia spiked. Later, Tom called. "Saw pics online. You're parading it." Jordan hung up, empowered yet exhausted. A moral crossroads arrived when Evelyn fell ill. A minor heart scare. Robert called. Your mother's in the hospital. She wants to see you. Alone. Jordan's instinct rushed there. Holly objected. It's manipulation. Torn, Jordan went solo, arriving to Evelyn's bedside. I prayed for this, Evelyn whispered. Come home, fix things. No mention of Holly. Jordan's anger flared. Mom, I love her. That's not changing. Evelyn turned away. Then leave. The visit ended in heartbreak, Jordan fleeing in sobs. Back with Holly, she broke down. They'll never accept us. Holly comforted her, but resentment brewed. Why bear this alone? Their first major fight erupted. You're still chasing their love, Holly accused. And you're pushing me away. Jordan shot back. They slept apart, the rift widening. Reconciliation came slowly. Holly apologized, admitting fear of loss. Jordan vowed balance. But damage lingered. Jobless, Jordan volunteered at an LGBTQ+ center, finding purpose in helping others. Stories of worse estrangements put hers in perspective. One teen's tale of homelessness after coming out shook her. I won't let that define me. The lawsuit settled out of court. Mark dropped it for a public apology. Jordan refused but agreed to a statement. I regret the pain caused, but I must live authentically. Media frenzy died, but scars remained. Friends returned cautiously. Sarah hosted a small gathering, toasting their resilience. Then a twist. Mia came out as bisexual. Watching you inspired me, she told Jordan over coffee. But fear gripped her. How do I tell them? Jordan advised caution, the irony bitter. Supporting Mia reignited family contact. Evelyn called, suspecting. Is Mia okay? Jordan seized the moment. She's like me, Mom. Love her unconditionally. Silence, then a click. The conversation sparked change. Robert emailed. We need to talk as a family. A dinner was set, Holly included warily. At the table, tensions peaked. Robert admitted. I've been wrong. Seeing Evelyn suffer. Maybe God's plan is bigger. Evelyn softened. I don't understand, but I don't want to lose you. No full acceptance, but a truce. Tom grumbled, but Mia beamed. Yet doubts persisted. Was this genuine or conditional? Jordan tested. Holly and I are moving in together permanently. Evelyn nodded slowly. We'll visit. Progress, but fragile. As high as that felt, a new conflict arose. Holly's work offered a promotion in San Francisco. It's a fresh start, she said. But Jordan hesitated. Leaving family now when things might heal? The decision loomed. Stay for reconciliation or go for freedom. Jordan chose to stay, asking Holly to delay. Holly agreed, but strain showed. In therapy, they unpacked it. Holly's fear of stagnation, Jordan's guilt. Every choice has a price, the therapist noted. Jordan realized her awakening came at Holly's expense, dragging her through drama. The leaked emails exploded online, twisting Jordan's words into ammunition for haters. See? She admits it was all a lie, comments read. Jordan's volunteer work at the center suffered. Donors pulled back, citing controversy. This is endless, she lamented to Holly. They lawyered up again, tracing the leak to Tom. Family dinner turned confrontation. How could you? Jordan demanded. Tom defended. You started this by running off. Robert mediated. Enough. We're family. Act like it. Punishment was light, a forced apology. But trust evaporated. Mia distanced herself, scared. Evelyn retreated to denial. Jordan felt the isolation acutely. Her awakening bittersweet. I gained you but lost them, she told Holly. Their relationship strained under the weight. Dates canceled, intimacy faded. Holly suggested a break. We need space to heal. Jordan panicked. No. You're all I have. They pushed through, attending couples counseling. Revelations surfaced. Holly resented being the villain in Jordan's family narrative. Jordan admitted suppressing her identity had hurt Holly indirectly. I chose wrong for too long, she said. Homework. Rebuild independently. Jordan job hunted fiercely, landing a position at a progressive school. Holly focused on her designs, pitching bold LGBTQ+ campaigns. Socially, they expanded their circle, pride parades, book clubs. A new friend, Elena, shared a story of family rejection turning to advocacy. Turn pain into power. she advised. Jordan started a blog anonymously, chronicling her journey. Readers responded, validating her struggles. But the past haunted. Mark contacted Jordan. "I forgive you. Let's talk closure." Curious, she met him at a cafe, Holly's blessing. "I was hurt, but I see now you were trapped," Mark said. Jordan apologized sincerely. "I used you as a shield." Closure brought relief but stirred guilt. Family progress stalled. Christmas approached. Invites came with caveats. "No politics." Meaning no Holly. Jordan declined. "We're a package." Loneliness hit. First holiday apart. They hosted their own with friends. Laughter filled the void, but Jordan yearned for blood ties. A crisis forced change. Robert's health scare, a stroke. Hospital bedside, Jordan arrived with Holly. Evelyn allowed it. "He asked for you." Robert, weakened, whispered. "I was wrong. Life's too short for hate." Tears flowed, apologies exchanged. "Bring Holly next time," he added. Evelyn nodded reluctantly. A breakthrough paid in fear. Post-recovery dynamics shifted. Family therapy suggested by Mia. Sessions raw. Evelyn admitted fears rooted in her own repressed youth. Society drilled it in. Robert questioned his faith's rigidity. Tom resisted but attended. Jordan shared vulnerabilities. "Your rejection nearly broke me." Holly spoke. "I love her, that's not changing." Slow understanding dawned. Yet, mending brought new conflicts. Tom confessed jealousy. "You were the golden child, now you're the rebel." Sibling rivalry unearthed. Jordan forgave but boundaries set. No more betrayals. Professionally, Jordan thrived at her new school. Open environment, supportive colleagues. She mentored queer students, turning pain into purpose. Holly's promotion came through, but she declined. "Our life's here now." Sacrifice sealed their bond. As acceptance grew, societal pushback persisted. A local ordinance debate on LGBTQ+ rights drew them in, protests, petitions. Jordan spoke at a rally. "Love isn't a debate, it's human." Cheers erupted, but counter-protesters jeered. One night, their car was vandalized, slurs scratched in. Fear resurfaced, but resilience held. Internal awakenings deepened. Jordan realized her choices, though painful, liberated her. "I'd do it again," she told Holly. "But the cost?" Strained health, lost friends, financial hits. Holly pondered. Was supporting Jordan worth her own dreams deferred? A final test. "Mia's coming out." Family gathered, Mia announced. "I'm bi, dating a woman." Shock, but tempered by Jordan's precedent. Evelyn hugged her. "We'll learn together." Progress, but Jordan envied the softer landing. "Why not for me?" she whispered later. As File 4 neared end, a pivotal decision loomed. Robert offered inheritance early. "To help you start over." But strings attached, church attendance. Jordan refused. Acceptance without conditions. The stand cost financially but gained respect. Family ties strengthened on her terms. The story's tension peaked with an unexpected alliance. Tom, after therapy, apologized genuinely. "I was scared of change." Reconciliation tentative but real. Jordan and Holly planned a commitment ceremony, small, symbolic. Invites extended to family, testing waters. The commitment ceremony approached, a quiet affair in a Chicago garden. Jordan and Holly exchanged vows under blooming arches, friends witnessing. Family attended. Evelyn teary, Robert proud, Tom civil, Mia joyful. No drama, just tentative peace. "I choose you every day," Jordan said to Holly. Cheers followed, a milestone paid in blood and tears. Post-ceremony, life normalized. Jordan's blog gained traction, leading to speaking gigs. She advocated for LGBTQ+ rights, channeling pain into change. Holly's career flourished with inclusive projects. They bought a house, building a future. But echoes lingered. Holidays blended old and new. Family dinners with awkward moments but growing ease. Evelyn asked questions. "How did you know?" Jordan answered patiently, bridging gaps. Robert read books on allyship. Tom introduced his kids to Aunt Holly. Mia flourished openly. Societal battles continued. A workplace discrimination case against a friend drew them in fundraising support. Jordan testified, her story amplifying voices. "Choices define us," she said. But exhaustion crept in, constant fight wearing. Personal growth shown. Jordan reflected on her journey. From closeted bride to out advocate. The price, years of therapy, lost income, emotional scars. Holly admitted. I almost left, but you were worth it. Their love, forged in fire, endured. Yet not all healed. Distant relatives shunned. Occasional slurs reminded. Jordan questioned morality. Was disrupting lives selfish or necessary? Therapy helped. Authenticity isn't wrong. A final twist. Mark remarried, sending a congrats card. No hard feelings. Closure complete. As years passed, Jordan mentored others, her story inspiring. One mentee asked, was it worth the pain? Jordan smiled. Yes, but know the cost. The narrative closed with reflection. Choices, leaving the altar, fighting family, embracing self, brought awakening amid destruction. Betrayals taught caution. Damages built strength. In the end was Jordan's decision to abandon her wedding and pursue her true love morally right? Or did the collateral damage to her family and ex-fiancé make it a selfish act? The commitment ceremony marked a turning point, but challenges persisted. Months later, Jordan faced a professional dilemma. A promotion requiring relocation to a less tolerant state. It's a step up, her boss said. But Holly worried. We've built safety here. Jordan declined, prioritizing their life. Sacrifice echoed past ones. Family dynamics evolved unevenly. Evelyn joined a PFLAG group, surprising Jordan with insights. I was ignorant, she admitted over tea. Robert preached inclusivity in a sermon, subtle shift. But Tom backslid occasionally, comments slipping. Jordan called him out. Progress or distance? He improved grudgingly. Societally, they engaged deeper. Volunteering at pride events, lobbying for laws. A bill passing brought victory, but opposition rallies reminded of hate. One evening, a threatening letter arrived. Sinners. Police involved, but fear lingered. Is this our life? Holly asked. Jordan nodded. But we're not alone. Internal conflicts resurfaced. Jordan dreamed of her wedding day, guilt over Mark. She reached out. How are you? He responded kindly. Happy now. You too. Forgiveness lifted weights. Mentoring became Jordan's calling. A young woman, similar story, sought advice. My family's like yours. Jordan guided. Choose you, but prepare. The mentee's success validated her path. Holly proposed travel, a honeymoon delayed. Europe free and open. There, away from pressures, they reconnected deeply. We made it, Holly said in Paris. Jordan agreed but pondered costs. Back home, a family crisis. Mia's breakup, heart shattered. Jordan supported, roles reversed. Love hurts, but it's worth it. Mia's resilience mirrored hers. As time wore on, Jordan wrote a book. Memoir of her awakening. Publishers interested, release loomed. Family read drafts. Proud but hard to relive, Evelyn said. The book sparked debates, reviews praising honesty, critics decrying family bashing. In quiet moments, Jordan questioned. Did her actions heal or harm more? Therapy concluded. Balance both. The story culminated in a family reunion. First full one post-drama. Laughter mixed with tears, past addressed. Jordan toasted. To choices and second chances. Yet the core dilemma remained. In pursuing personal truth, had Jordan's decisions ultimately justified the pain inflicted on those around her?